In this video, we're down at Burnmouth Harbour. I've been out here on the boat a few times recently, but wanted to try fishing off the end of the harbour and see what I could catch. When we were launching the boat, we noticed a big flounder swimming about in the harbour a few weeks ago. So I was really hopeful that we might be able to catch that. And I expected to catch a few wee coalfish and hopefully some small wrasse as well. But I ended up catching an absolute cracker of a wrasse. On one rod, I had a 1 up, 1 down, baited with lugworm, and I was just dropping this out in the main channel and hoping that any flounder coming in or out would pick it up. On the other rod, I had a paternoster rig set up, and I was just dropping this in along the harbour wall and seeing what little fish were hanging about, and I was using little pieces of prawn as bait on this one. It only took about a minute before we hooked the first fish. I was only fishing for a couple of hours and I caught dozens of these little goldfish. There must have been so many of them down there. Tiny collie. All I was getting fishing alongside the harbour wall was these little coalfish, and they were good fun to catch, but on the next cast I tried casting out a little bit further and I hooked into a better fish. That's a better fish this time. Oh, just got off. It was about £1, that one. The next thing I caught was this tiny little cod, and it's funny because on my last trip I caught 2 of the smallest cod that I had ever seen before, and I didn't really think I would ever catch one smaller than those. It's always nice to see cod, even if they are tiny. Try one over that way this time. A much better fish on here. Hopefully we can get this one in. Oh wow, it's a wrasse! I really wasn't expecting that. That's an absolute cracker. Well, that's a great wee surprise, that. Absolute stunner. Whew. It's a much better fish than I thought I was going to get. Away back down. Oh, that's a good result, that. I was catching everything on this lightweight rod. But my baits were getting stripped off the other rod. I just think it was either crabs or fish that were so small I wasn't really noticing the bites in the wind. Oh. This is a big male shore crab, and I've never seen one as brightly coloured as this. Really bright orange and reds on the bottom. Just looks normal from the top as well, but really colourful. It's one of the biggest ones I've ever seen as well. These can be a real pain sometimes when you're fishing, stealing your bait every 2 minutes, but catching the odd one now and again isn't too bad. Must be thousands of them down there. Well, there is a crab in there somewhere. A wee female this time. The fishing really slowed down when the tide started going out. So I think if I come down here again, I'll just fish it on its way in. It was a good session though, this big wrasse being the highlight. And here's some of the highlights from the last trip on the boat as well. So try and get some mackerel to start off.
Look at that. Look at the big head.
A good sized mackerel.
It's so long for that to sink, especially when you take it down.
Oh, mackerel in line. I was jigging for a cod on my other rod, and I took a wee bit too long to get over to this rod, and the mackerel had swam across and got tangled into Rory's line. I still managed to get them in though.
Ah, you have got mine.
First fish of the day for me. I forget I'm already recording here and turn off the camera when I hook the fish. We had enough mackerel for taking home now, so we decided to head over to the cliffs to target some pollock and cod. We were hoping to fish in front of this cave, but as we got close we noticed there was a couple of seals hanging about, so we moved further along to where we'd had some good luck a couple of weeks before. I had been away wrasse fishing the day before this, so I had some worms left over, and I thought I'd drop them down just to see if we could pick anything up while I was jigging with my other rod. Maybe done so well last time, so start with this again. I was casting this out and letting it sink all the way at the bottom, and then just lifting and winding with an occasional pause, just to keep it as close to the bottom as possible. We managed to get a couple of coalfish landed, but then we realised that one of the seals had followed us along.
Oh, stubborn wheel.
Oh, he's maybe been sealed. Lock your drag and it will take your whole line. You just hold tight. Well, the seal got the rest.
After that, we moved again to try and get away from the seal.
I just had bites on that. A little miniature cod.
Ah, wonderful.
I ripped him up as fast as possible because there's a seal about again. But hopefully we can get him back in without the seal getting him. Good luck, mate. Hopefully you make it back down. Feels like a better fish. Just try to get him to the surface. Come on. Well, good luck, mate. What a monster. That's what it took.
Just jigging.
I'm into a wee one. A wee collie as well, I think.
I had lost 2 good pollock by now. One by not having my drag set properly and the fish going to run and the hooks pulling just before we got it within netting distance, and then one to the seal. And the one that the seal took felt like an absolute monster with the head shakes. It felt like such a big fish.
Not bad. Oh. This isn't as big as the 2 I lost, but it feels slightly bigger, so bigger than that wee collie we got in, so hopefully I can get it up. Yes! Finally landed a decent fish.
Most days I would have been delighted to catch a pollock like this, but after losing the 2 really big ones, I was a bit gutted, to be honest.
Well, I'm in again. Can you see the seal? No. I'm probably going to get sealed.
That's a good jig.
Bit better again.
The seals were following us about everywhere, and the bigger fish that were taking longer to get in were easy pickings for the seals.
Try and torpedo him back in, hopefully he gets down before the seal gets him. I'm in, but I need to bring it right past the seal. Oh, there he is on the surface. Just a wee collie. Pretty wee fish though, good luck mate.
Rory was hooked into a really good pollock here, and he got it about halfway up, and then had a bit of a tug of war with the seal.
Oh, I was going to end it that.
Is that seal? Sealed.
I thought he was going to get snapped off, so stopped recording.
What?
What the hell?
Nah. Nah. The seal must have took your big fish, and then this has grabbed it right away.
Oh, mate.
What?
That was some fight, like.
It's the strongest goalie in the world. Nah, that.
Aye, like the hook, I've got 2 hooks left on that.
The seal must have snapped the hook, took the pollock, and then the wee collie grabbed it right away.
I think I might be as well. Yep. Last cast and we're both in.
Rory got his wee fish in, but I should have known, because I'd cast it out at some distance just because it was the last cast. I had a long way to bring it in.
It's when you don't see him is the problem. There he is. Well, the seal had more fish than us today.
It was really frustrating losing 3 or 4 big fish to the seal, but we still managed to get a few different species and land a couple of decent fish, so it was a good day overall. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all again soon. Cheers.